Welcome, buddies, gather near. It's time to shine and lose the fear. Turn obstacles into stepping stones. Turn your dreams into motion. You're not alone. Your success story starts tonight. It's Success Saturday. Together our hearts burn bright. Saturdays light your way.
Success Saturday starts now. Uh-oh. Okay, I think. Okay. Wow. I have a wonderful topic tonight. First of all, hi, how's everybody doing? Let me just get straight for a minute. Oh, see, everything's going on today. Phone's going, everything. How is everybody doing this evening? Success Saturday at its best, right? Woo, it has been a day for this person right here. And we're going to get more into it, but I have to figure out some things. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I feel like a novice in the StreamYard world right now. So I was like, okay, I got to get on. It's Success Saturday. I got to check in with my friends, with my lovely, what they say, I don't know, the peeps or whatever it is, my people. My people. Everybody's my people. Everybody. But I was like, okay, I first of all, I couldn't get in for a minute. And then second, I was like, okay, where's the backdrop? Where's the thing? And then I couldn't find that. I said, okay, I was put Chemo's Buddy because that's me. I'm a volunteer for Chemo's Buddy for life. And then I was like, okay, now will I be able to come live because I was running a little bitty late tonight. And then I was like, okay, what's going on? Then the computer just went whoop. I said, wow, this is really good. This is working on the night when I'm talking about just make sure you show up. A little bit about show up, accountability and stuff like that. So before we dive into it, how is everybody doing? I see some people out there. I see some numbers coming up. How you doing? This is Barbara. This is Barbara J. Beckley. And let me do it right so people know where you're at if you're tuning in right now. My name is Barbara J. Beckley. I am one of the volunteers of Chemo Buddy for Life. And this wonderful, amazing organization was created, thought about, birthed, everything. Tamara L. Hunter, Queen Bee, as I always call her. Always got to give the founder, the CEO, the visionary, the person that was a part of this, that started this. And it all started from a heart of gold, from somebody that was persevering through their life. And she knew how much it is to understand when you're persevering, when you're moving, pushing forth, when you're dealing with other things in life, that you have to have somebody with you, be it a friend, be it a family member, be it just somebody that cares and says, okay, I'm checking on you. And that's why she created this wonderful, amazing platform called Chemo Buddies for Life, because she feels like everybody needs a friend or somebody there. Is anybody out there? Know that somebody cares. Somebody cares. So with that note, I want to, I'm going to play, I'm going to start over the video because it's really important to understand what your heart is telling you. And that's from picking your favorite food, picking your favorite dessert, picking your favorite show. And then if you want, when we get deeper into it, what goals that you are driving you to push forward in this earth to make you stand out so you can help others in any kind of capacity that you might think it is. Because everybody has that gift, but it might not be this. Everybody don't have the same one. We might have similar, but what makes it unique is it comes from us compared to somebody else. And everybody's going to resonate with that particular person that resonates with you. So we all are out here shining our little lights, as I always say. I always tell people you're a lighthouse to the world, and you're all shining your lights out there for each other. It's amazing. But we need to learn how to do that together, unity, love. And see, I'm going to say a lot of that. You're going to be like, okay, here she go. Barbara, are we doing LV? Yes. It's going to be like, that's not stopping anywhere. That's not stopping anywhere. Now, you think, somebody was talking to me earlier today because I had like back-to-back stuff going on today. And then I said, okay, I'm going to get in something more comfy because I was kind of not dressed, but just kind of my part as a production, because I was doing production, directing things today. And I said, I got to get a little comfortable. So I put on my little favorite. I couldn't own my other shirts. I'm going to be honest with you. The other shirts I couldn't find that I really like. So I went in my closet and I said, oh, okay, I'll just put this summer shirt on. So somebody told me I look like a peach. I said, as I look at it, I said, you kind of right. It is kind of peachy. But then they said, you look summery. I said, okay, well, the summery's coming. I think it's the first day of spring happened. So, yeah. So I'm just getting ready a little bit earlier. But with that said, I just want you to really think about, because we're going to talk about showing up tonight. We're going to talk about accountability. We're going to talk about, but see, we all got to start with what I always say to everybody. We always start with ourselves first, and then we can go out that way. We start here, and then it comes out that way. So let's start thinking about that. And I'm going to pick Fuel Your Passion. And I want you to really just kind of this is a day for you to think about your success, but it's also times in this particular spot when I come on is to really look at yourself in a deeper way. Are you loving on yourself? Are you treating yourself right? Are you doing self-care? Are you doing those action items that you want to need so you get to those goals? So there's a lot of things that I want you to kind of think about, because you got to start with the foundation, and that's you. So we'll be right back after this video.
That your flame can
we're back. And we are back. Fuel the passion. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. And I finally got that figured out. See, y'all just work with me. You work with me. So if you're just chiming in, you are at the Success Saturdays with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley. And just recently, the last maybe 2 years now, if people notice me when I'm coming on live or doing something like this or just, show, I've been saying, hey, this is Barbara J. Beckley. For a long time, a long time. And this is about respect now and showing up. It's all about showing up today. So y'all showing up right now, just listen to me. I hope you're showing up for yourself in some kind of capacity. And we're going to talk a little bit about showing up and being accountable a little bit. But going back to the showing up accountable, so I wasn't being accountable for owning my full name. Yeah. I wasn't accountable for owning my full name. It was Barbara Beckley. Everybody knew Barbara Beckley. That was my, first and last name, of course. But I have a middle name, and I shunned away from it for a while. And to this day, if you ask me, well, Barbara, why didn't you mention it, or why didn't you even say it? Why did you put that initial in the middle? I can't tell you now. Maybe back in the day when I was just a little bit younger. But right now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even, fathom that. See, that tells you sometimes what's really important and what's the, think about what not to. If I can't even tell you why, someone's like, okay, well, that wasn't even really important, maybe, because you can't even remember why you didn't do what you did. So after I got over that part and I taught myself, I said, I want to start honoring and bringing up my middle initial. So I started saying Barbara J. Beckley, and I say it slow, and I say it all the time now. To the point now, people, it's like it's repetition. Repetition is the father of teaching, learning, right? And not only I was saying it over and over again to make sure I was saying it because I was owning it. Then I had other people owning it for me. Sometimes if I forgot to say the J, they would say, wait a minute, aren't you Barbara J. Beckley? I'm like, see, sometimes people will remind you of who you are, right? That right there is a good concept, right? That's something that somebody can sit down and talk about, have a discussion about. Some people remind you of who you are. Some people see you differently than what you see yourself. And it's so true. Today, I had a conversation with a lovely, wonderful queen as I was going through my day of director production day. That's what it was for me today. All day, since I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, working on things for two different individuals. One had a wonderful summit. Her name is Roxy B. Rocker. If you know her, you need to get to know her. Awesome mission she has about embracing disability. In fact, Tamara was part of it. She said once she shared as a mother of a child that has we don't like to say disability, but an able ability. We kind of put it that way. And she was on there telling her story today. It was a 2 hour. Yeah, we went like 2 hours and a half because technology at its best, right? But I was doing all the production and the directing and all that for that. And then I had to turn around and do another pre-launch type of, another pre-launch show, but it was pre-recorded. So now I got to do editing and stuff. But busy day, busy. But we were talking about Success Saturdays, right? We're talking about showing up today. We're talking about accountability. No matter how tired I was, well, maybe I need to put a disclaimer here before I even say this. Yeah, I'm going to put a disclaimer. First of all, we all need to get our rest. And I'm one to talk, right? Yeah, but this is true. We need to get our rest. We need to do that self-care. We need to make sure that we're relaxing ourselves, because I'm finding out, and I'm telling truth here, because I always say, if I tell my stories and what I deal with and go through, somewhere down the line, I hope other people will learn from that. Either maybe I'll do that, suggest what Barbara said, or I'll say, well, I won't do that part. I won't do what Barbara, I would say, learn from me what not to do sometime. So don't do that, what Barbara did. Don't do that. That didn't work out for her. And I don't want you going down that same road. See, a lot of times when people say, you know what? I'm telling you not to go there, or I'm telling you to make this decision. I'm telling you go left instead of right or whatever. Most of the time, if you trust that person and you know that person and you know that they care about you in some kind of capacity, they're trying to save you from yourself. A lot of knowledge. I wished I knew that when I was younger, and the older people, as I say back in the day, was trying to tell me things. And if I would have listened, some of the things that I went through, I wouldn't even fathom been a part of it. But no, Barbara had to be Miss Barbara, bad Barbara, and go and do what she wanted to do. And then people turn around and say, well, you know what? If somebody can't tell you, then you learn from, what you go through, and which I did, believe me. Some things till this day, I'm paying the price for something that I did in my teens. So I said, this is a long, 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 long learning experience. Can we kind of like just get an A plus for A plus and move on? Some stuff, that's why it's so important to make those decisions. When you're making any kind of decision, you got to see what's the cost, count the cost, like they say. So anyway, so after my full day, and I'm saying this too because I'm trying to give people time to put in their quote unquote success of what they had this week, what they had yesterday, what they had 3 hours ago, what they have 2 seconds. I want to see success, what you did, in the comments. I want you to put that down, okay? So with that, talking about my success today, because we have to celebrate our wins. And there's no levels. I always have to remind people, please, 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 please don't start leveling off. Well, this success was bigger than this success, and this success was bigger than this success. And then, no, you spend all your energy about leveling success. It's just successful. You were successful in it, whatever it was. That's it. That's it. Like my pastor always say, period. That's it. So let's see, show your love. This is time to be selfish. This is time to celebrate. Let's celebrate you. We want to celebrate you. So please put your success in the comments. With that said, going back to mine, so it was, as you see, as I'm kind of going in and out, doing teachable moments while I'm talking about my day. If you notice that, see how I'm doing that little double dutch thing. But anyway, so the day after everything was done for what I had to do with the production and sitting with the co-host that I trained and all that stuff, I said, I am going to get in my little comfy shirt, which I did, and sit on the couch and just kind of just let my brain just go the woosha moment. I just had to go woosha, right? Woosha. And woosha, I went to sleep. That's what I did. That was a success. That was the success. I went to sleep. But then I went to sleep and I had some other obligations that I was supposed to do. And I slept through it. And I almost, being honest, behind closed doors, I almost slept through Success Saturday. But then when I woke up, I said, oh, wait a minute. What is the topic for tonight? Well, the topic for tonight is showing up. How are you showing up in your life? How are you showing up with what you do with your business? How are you showing up what you do in your day-to-day activities? How are you showing up in other people's lives? How are you showing up just for yourself? Everybody has those titles. We have a title, we have a mother or dad, or a sister and brother, or husband and wife, or, a friend to friend. And then we go to another level where, we have to do work. So then we have titles in our jobs. Then we go to another level if we want to be entrepreneurs and a business person, then we have levels in that. We have titles. You see, and the list goes on. Then on top of that, you might want to be nonprofit, hint, hint. And then you got some titles in that. And all these titles and everything you're doing, have you ever just sat back and said, wait a minute. Who am I? What am I doing? Let me do a check. Let me do a check on myself. Let me do a self-audit check for me. Barbara J. Beckley, let you do a self-check for you. How am I showing up? Am I showing up for yourself? Are you lacking in certain areas? Is one up here, another one down here, or the other way, right? So I really wanted to talk about, just give you some reasons on just thinking about why showing up is so important for you. Okay. I always, no matter what I talk about, whatever topic I talk about, whatever thing I bring out, I get downloads from God on, and He wants me to, put it out there to the world. I always start with here. We got to start with here. Because one thing about it, you have to love, we're talking about love. I hear so many people talk about, there's so much division right now. And it seems like people are just so upset so quickly nowadays. And everybody just is in this little funnel or whatever. I mean, most people are. I hear that, I see it all the time. I see it every day, right? And I said, well, the number one thing to change that is really simple, but we make it very difficult. And have you thought about that? A lot of things that's really simple in our lives, we tend ourselves, I, or you, we make it more difficult. It doesn't have to be. It really doesn't. So somebody told me, said, well, Bob, what do you think it is? What do you think the answer is and everything? And some people probably know what I'm about to say because they know me. It's love. It's love. In fact, I need to find that video because I do want to play that. This is Love by Tamara L. Hunter's production company, Impactor. Give a little plug out there. Please reach out to Tamara. You see all these videos and all these songs that are playing. This is all her. God downloaded all this for her, for you. See, a lot of times it goes just like this. He downloads, puts it in your heart. You create it. He creates it for you, put it out there to the world, and then you grab a hold to it, and then you grow from it. That's how it's supposed to go. Download, create, out. Yeah, that's how it should go. I'm just thinking about that now, but I'm kind of seeing, I don't know if it's in this back. But yeah, so the thing is, it's really simple and it's really easy on what the answer is. And it's just love. And it's not, oh yeah, it is here. And it's not just okay, I love you. Yeah, you love me. Yeah. No, let's put some umph into that. Let's put some feeling. Let's first of all be true to yourself. Do you really, really love yourself? Okay. Do you really, really, really love yourself? You got to ask that question. And then once you ask that question, then you have to say, okay, if I love myself, why is certain things that I'm doing, making certain decisions, doing certain things that's hurting me? So then you got to ask yourself the question again, do I love myself? I have to do that people think that there's like a cap on that. Like once you say, oh yeah, I love myself, and I know I love myself, and deep down inside myself, and then you're good. It's always a daily battle sometimes. This is me being real. And hopefully maybe some of you can see this in you and you can say, you know what, Barbara, thank you for telling me that, because I'm feeling that way sometimes. We are all not going to be superheroes every second of the day. Even though sometimes my cape is kind of waving in the wind sometime and I got to pull it because it's kind of waving this way and then waving that way. But at the end of the day, sometimes that has to come down and you have to say to yourself, yeah, I really need to understand how much I need to love on me right now. I need to understand how much I need to take a nap right now. I need to understand that I need to probably talk to somebody about a certain whatever that's going on in your life, right? So it all boils down to making sure you're showing up for yourself first between anything else that you're doing tonight. And I still don't see, I'm going to get on you. I didn't forget you. I don't see any comments in here about any success that we're kind of celebrating for you tonight. I know somebody's out there. I see at least 2 people watching me. Hello. So I just wanted to, and I'm saying I'm pushing. I know I'm being pushy, but it's pushy for a reason because I do love you. I do love each and every person out there that's watching because that's where we need to start. We need to start somewhere. Somebody needs to start it. You know how when you start a fire, like a campfire, they'd be looking around like if they don't have the certain matches or anything. They're like, okay, what do we need? What can you get to start this fire? We need something to start this fire because it's getting cold, it's getting dark, it's getting dreary, and plus we won't be able to see anything outside of here in these woods. What can we get to start this fire? And then somebody finds, starts rubbing some things together, and they rub and whoop, and then the spark happens. And then the spark happens and the little fire starts. And then they got a little pile of fire and they're just doing this around it, right? And if they have some marshmallows, they're doing that around it, like the marshmallows, right? That's what we need to do. We need to fire that spark up. And you see, it doesn't start with one stick. when you think about that. It's funny because I don't even like camping, and I'm talking about it. These were my days when I was forced, when I was younger. Yes, I'm going to say it. I was forced to be in Brownies slash Girl Scout. And then I basically did something and to get me taken out of it. I know that is kind of sad to get booted out of Girl Scouts. Oh, that's another story for another day. But yeah, so you have to have help, right? When you think about it, you got to have help to start that spark. So I want to make sure that you are understanding that if I start the spark by saying, you know what, I really, truly, truly, truly love you so much. And I just want you to know that. And there's nothing behind it. See, that's one thing. Can you love on people and don't have any kind of expectations behind it? Except for hopefully they can love you back, but you can't even expect that because they might do that. There's a lot of people that I love you and I care for you and I'm there for you if I can, and they didn't reciprocate back. What I'm supposed to get my feelings hurt? Well, they didn't tell me they love me back. That's their prerogative, right? They're their own person, just like I'm my own person. I choose love. I choose to say I care for you. They choose not to. And you got to respect it and move forward and don't get upset. See, it seems like I'm noticing can't get the words out. A lot of times throughout this year and last year, it seems like people getting upset like this over little stuff, little idiot stuff. And I caught myself getting upset over little stuff. I got upset just this morning, this afternoon over something before I took my nap. And then I understood, that's okay, Barbara, where's this coming from? There's some anger going on here. So you got to start talking to yourself, not in a crazy way, but just kind of doing that self-check, that audit, that show-up check. We would call that accountability to ourselves. What is driving whatever I'm feeling right now? What is making me feel like, oh, that little thing? I don't know, some people feel that sometimes when they're upset. It's like, and then you just want to just say something. And then sometimes you keep it, you can hold it in. And other times you're like, whoa, you put it out there. And I did that today. And after I said this, said certain things to a person, I was like, okay, Barbara, where is this coming from? That's not their fault. First of all, it's not their fault. No sleep, really not that much sleep. And then you had to work most of the day today. It's not their fault that certain things with your internet and everything went kabod all over the place. That's not their fault. So don't be roaring to them. You bring that thing in and you deal with it. So I had to show up in that capacity of dealing with my my na, as I say. I always got different sounds. But how are you showing up? Do you have where things are just like every little thing is just getting into you, like, what's going on? This is to check in there. So let's go to This Is Love. I want to do that because it's always about the love thing. No matter what I talk about, I always want to put the love in it. Let's go. This is love. And then I'm going to just give you a few pointers about showing up and how important it is of your life. Okay. Can we do that? And listen to the song. Can you put some love in the comments? I would like some love there. I know. I hope I'm not asking for much, but I'm asking. See you in a minute.
This is love. You belong here. Right here. Right now. Love is the moment you feel seen, sharing what you mean. It's a quiet that feels like home. You feel held wherever you roam. It's a breath that fills your chest, a shining light that brings you rest. This is love, a heart open wide and steady. This is love, meeting you where you're ready. Gentle hands, open and true. This is love. Oh, this is love. Love is a space that lets you grow. as you are, wherever you go. It's a kindness warm and sure, and a welcome that endures. It's a voice that says you belong here, a knowing felt when hearts are clear. This is love, living here in the moment. This is love, holding grace as a promise, here and now, clear and bright. This is love. This is love. This is love. Love is patient, love is kind. It sees the soul before the mind. It stays present, it stays true. Love is alive in me and you. This is love, soft and strong together. This is love, binding hearts forever. Open eyes, open view. This is love. This is This is love.
As we come together today,
We, the Fab family, stand united in love and unity.
We know that life brings challenges and healing comes through connection.
In bringing awareness to mental health and well-being, we honor the strength it takes to keep moving forward.
Our show is dedicated to exploring our fabulous lives.
and that love will light the way.
Breathe and calm, let the world come alive. Peace begins when love arrives.
Close your eyes, release the fear. Every doubt will disappear. In the silence, hear the song.
Love within
Has been here all along. Healing through connections, our light will always stay. A love that lifts and strengthens. Love will light the
release the shadows,
Lift the veil.
let the voice of love prevail.
Every moment fresh and new.
We are connected,
Me and you, healing through connections. Our light will always stay. A love that lifts and strengthens. Love will light the way.
in the quiet of the heart.
We are one, we're not apart.
Let love carry, let love guide. Here together, side by side. Healing through connections,
We're stronger when we share.
a love beyond perfection.
That heals. follows us everywhere. There is healing through connections for you, for me. Love will light our way.
Healing through connections.
Love will light the way.
Healing through connections.
Love will light the way.
Bing! I'm back. I know you're like, okay, why is there such a purple thing there? I was all into that song. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I was really engulfed in that song. So I gave you a double whammy. I gave you the love song. And then when I seen that one about healing through connections and how we need to love each other, especially when it comes to mental health. And we need to understand to do mental check-ins with people. I played that back to back because I really felt like, it's all about it's around the love, right? And that really connected to me. So I wanted to play that out there too. I'm not feeling so much love right now though. I'm gonna get on my little selfish kick right now. I don't see no comments. And I'm kind of concerned now because I know that we need to celebrate something that you did this week or last week or even last year. I don't even care anymore. Just pick something that you were successful in and put it in the comments or just do a shout out. So with that, I just want everybody to know that it's very important when you're thinking about showing up and accountability that you have to start with yourself, as I said earlier. Now, I keep taking back how my day was today. Very busy, a lot of stuff going on, right? I'm going to be totally vulnerable right now because I feel like when you're vulnerable and you can tell your story, people connect to that story and there's a connection where you might be going through something or dealing with something similar that maybe I did. And you can say to yourself, you know what? I am not alone. Barbara J. Beckley went through it. What? So maybe, she understands. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you so much for telling your story. And you don't feel like you're just a loner, like you're the Lone Ranger somewhere. You are not alone. So that's why I tell my stories. And that's why I'm really open, talking about certain things and how I feel about certain things, because we're in this, we can say all this I'm Superwoman, Superman, but at the end of the day, we're still human and things still hit us. Right. So with that, it's like I said, it was a long day, but see, Barbara didn't really get that much sleep last night. I think right now I think about it, I think I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep because I was up editing, doing videos and stuff, getting ready for, first of all, I was getting ready for two things. First, I had to work my day because I have a day job. I know people like, okay, here you pile on stuff, right? I got a day job. So that took me all yesterday. It just took me all yesterday. My day job just said, I'm going to just stretch every little thing that I can get out of Barbara J. Beckley. And then on top of that, they want me to work this morning. So I had to do that. And then right behind it, I had to do the production and everything for the summit. Then after that, I had to do the other thing. So can you see how my fumes, they say my fumes was this like, oh, if I got to do one more thing. So I basically went on that couch and I was like, yeah, and then I'm trying to figure out, well, why am I so tired? And why can't I feel like I can't get up? And what is wrong with me? Hello. I don't know, knocking on my cell. Hello, you got 3 hours of sleep. What you think is wrong? Like I said, remember how I said earlier, sometimes we make things more difficult than what it is, think things more a certain way, and it's really just this. So with that said, did I show me some love? No. See, this is where you look in the mirror and you talk to yourself and you say, self, what did I do that caused this ripple effect to get to this point? Now, was I intended to stay up till 3, 4 in the morning working on things and had to go to my job in the morning? Well, it was online, thank God for that. I had to drive nowhere. And then I had to go straight from there to do so. What was my intent to be so intense from yesterday? Well, really start on Thursday till today? No. In fact, I had stuff planned out a few weeks ago, just getting prepared for the Saturday, because I knew that there was 2 things I was doing this Saturday. I knew that because it was planned out, but I didn't plan the other stuff, and we never do. How many people plan all the emergencies that pop up from either your emergency within you or emergency that somebody else gave their emergency to? And what I mean by they gave their emergency to you is like your job. They'll give their emergencies to you because you need to do their emergencies, or maybe a friend or a family member. All of a sudden, you're wrapped up in their emergencies. And that's what happened. And sometimes you cannot control it. Sometimes you can't control it. And we got to learn. And I said, well, I'm going to say we got to learn. I'm about to say I have to learn, because I want to say we, because I don't want to put things on you that I might be not, that you be like, okay, Barbara. And then if you resonate with it, you resonate with it, right? So I learned that first I couldn't beat myself up anymore, because I'm the type of person that beats myself, because I always want things to be right. And if I promise somebody something, if I was going to do something or whatever, and I don't get it done, or it's half done, or whatever the case may be, I really get upset at myself. And then I have to ask myself, okay, how did we get to this point? How did I get down this road to this point right here? Why is this like this way? Where did I not show up at? Where did I not hold accountability for myself at? These are questions that you have to ask yourself and be true to yourself. And I'm going to say that again, you have to be true to yourself, because if you're not true to yourself, what happens is you start going outside of yourself and blaming other people for something that maybe it started with you first. And I know that was a hard one to get. I don't know, I just hear it in the air. I just hear it in the air. People are like, whoa, did she just say that? What? Yes. It's called accountability and showing up. So you have to show up with yourself. So there was a lot of things that happened between this past Monday for me. And like I said, I'm telling the story so for you can grow and catch on. And if there's something that's resonating with you, just own it and keep it moving, right? So there were some things I could have done this week that probably would not cause me to get to the point of losing sleep and just rushing this whole Saturday. There were certain things that could have been done. After I look back on it, there's some things I know I couldn't stop, like my job. I couldn't stop them from giving me, the project I had. I mean, that's what it was. Then even with that though, see, this is what I do. And I started doing this with the last few years. I said, even if I don't have no control over it, did I prepare myself in some kind of way that if something hits, it's not going to hit, even if it's something that I got to do and everything, I'm not going to be like, be all frazzled and everything. Okay, this hit, let's deal with it, right? Let's deal with it. So you have to ask yourself those questions to yourself to say, what could I have done? Don't beat yourself up about it. These are learning things. See, we get caught up in beating ourselves up, and then you don't get the learning out of it. You don't get that part you miss because you're so busy. Now you put energy into, I didn't do this like this. I was supposed to do it that way. So you get caught up in that, and then you don't get caught up in the part that, wait a minute, there's a growth. There's an opportunity to grow here. There's an opportunity to get something out of what just happened in my life here. And this comes with wisdom too. Wisdom and knowledge, which God gives me. And I know he gives all of you that. But you have to understand when it comes, and you got to take it in. And then sometimes you got to take it in when you're the one that caused the fire. You're the one that might have caused it, right? So with that, I'm getting some downloads right now because God gives me downloads, and that's when I kind of sit and pause and see where he wants me to go in the direction. So the direction that he wants me to go with right now is just looking back when it comes to showing up. Let's just start with the foundation, and that's you. Let's just make sure that you're showing up for yourself first. Because I always say, and you hear this from a lot of people, speakers, everybody, motivational speakers, all the different titles they have right now, right? That you have to start with the foundation of anything, and that's you. So we got to start with ourselves. And if we're still having some issues here and there, but which is going to happen, we're not perfect. Okay. So I don't want you sitting there saying, well, I got to be this picture perfect foundation before I can move forward. No, just make sure that it's solid to the point where it won't rock. Just make sure it won't be in sand at least. Maybe go where some stones are or something. But don't, certain foundations where you just know you can't set upon. And for yourself, you. So you need to make sure that when you are setting down that foundation for yourself, ask those questions to yourself. Maybe you're not loving yourself this day. Why did I get upset earlier today? I had to ask myself that question. What provoked that little anger to come out of me and say something that was not really appropriate at the time? And maybe the person that was hearing it, I don't even know if they heard me, because I didn't even know if they heard me, but I said something, and then after I said, I shut up, because I said, this is coming from me not having enough sleep. So I need to shut down. That's why I went on the couch and I got quiet. Because sometimes you have to do that when you haven't done your due diligence of taking care of you. Why are you going to spurt things out of other people because you didn't get no rest? That's not their fault. That's your fault. So you need to take that in. See, this is going to another level of really understanding to show up and accountability for yourself, is when you got to ask those questions. That a lot of times you have to tell yourself, what have I done first? And not to beat up yourself, but just to learn from it and see, okay, well, maybe next time I need to do this, or maybe next time I don't need to say anything, or maybe next time I need to just say no, because that's a complete sentence, as people say. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with, just make sure that you honor yourself and you honor your purpose. That's one thing that everything I do under my umbrella as a Diamond Factor, as DFN Broadcast Studio, as the Diamond Factor Experience. I got all those names, but they're all in the same umbrella. That I always ask people, your voice, your story, your message, someone needs it. When you don't show up, they miss out. So I had to show up tonight. Got my little nap and everything, but I had to show up tonight. First of all, I was supposed to show up. I was supposed to show up on second and fourth Saturdays. And I was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, oops, I fell asleep. But even with all that, I said, let me show up. I need to be there, because it's not about me anymore. This is not about me. It's about you, each and every person. So I want to make I showed up so we can talk about your successes. I want to show up to make sure that we basically celebrate you. I want to show up to remind you of who you are, that you have a purpose in each and every one of us. That's so important. And we need to make sure that we're checking on ourselves, that we're checking in for each other, so we can make whatever life in your life that's grounded in you, that's in your soul, to come out to help others. Because we need each other no matter love. This is love, as that song went earlier. So I'm going to end it as this. I'm going to play Shine From Within, because I think we all need to do that no matter what, even if we're just doing it for ourselves. Make sure you're shining out for your purpose, because that's going to draw so many individuals that needs that same shine, that they're hidden for themselves. But make sure that you do that shine for you first, so you can be ready and able to take that out from the inner to the outer, as they say. With that said, I will see you at the next Success Saturday. And remember, I always say, believe in you, love on you. Make sure that you know that you have a specific, I'm going to say this now, assignment with you, with your purpose, with who you are. And never, ever, ever think that it's not important, because it is. I'll see you at the next Success Saturday. We're going into April. You take care.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Woke up with a smile I didn't fake. Took a breath and gave myself a break. Don't need the world to say I'm right.
I've got my spark, I've got my light.
Mirror's not a judge, it's just a friend. I'm learning how to love myself again.
No chasing perfect, that's a game. I'm showing up, not hiding shame.
Every scar, every line, just a part of my design. Not holding back, not dimming down. This is me, I wear my crown. Shine
From inside, let your colors fly. You don't need a reason why.
to laugh, to dance, to dream out loud. You're enough right here. is some we hide, but even pain can turn to pride.
I'm not a version made to please, I'm dancing to my melody.
It's never late to start again. Every story finds its pen. I'm not small, I'm not too much, I'm just right, and that's enough. Shine
From inside, let your colors fly. You don't need a reason why.
to laugh, to dance, to dream out loud. You're enough right here and now.
So take that step, don't second guess. The world needs your fabulousness. You're the light, you're the vibe.
Just shine from inside. Let go of doubt, let love in. This is the moment you begin.
The magic's real, and so are you. Be your best, it shines right through.
Shine from inside, don't hide your flame. This world will never be the same.
When you show up just as you are,
You're already a shining star. So take that step, don't second guess.